how does one limit his testimony?
Well, Mika, the judge has already limited the subjects about which he can and can't speak. And so when they're talking about sort of circumscribing the former president's testimony, it's an acknowledgement that they understand what he can't testify about. He cannot, for example, refute the fact of the sexual assault. He cannot, for example, say that he never defamed her. Both of those things were determined previously by a jury of 9 peers last May in the first E. Jean Carroll defamation trial. And this judge, Judge Lou Kaplan, has determined that because the parties are identical, the issues were identical, in fact, the statements that were litigated last time are virtually identical, that those things cannot be retread here. And that's what the former president's advisors mean when they tell NBC News that the scope of his testimony will have to be narrow indeed. In fact, folks like me, we're not sure what he could properly testify to, given some of the rulings in the case already by Judge Kaplan.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what he could even say. And if you look at what he was saying in court yesterday, interrupting E. Jean Carroll, talking to the point where the judge had to tell him to shut up, I believe some reporting indicated he was saying things that were untrue.
He was listening to testimony and to, in fact, videotapes of himself on the campaign trail. And, for example, when he was confronted with a video of himself saying that E. Jean Carroll's case was an absolute disgrace, that's something that the plaintiff's side wants to use to illustrate how he continues to defame her, notwithstanding last May's verdict. The former president was shaking his head, saying, well, that's true, that's true. At one point, he said, it is a disgrace. And I could definitely hear him from my perch in the courtroom. I was sitting in the 5th row in the far corner. And if I could hear him, not only could plaintiff's counsel hear him, but I am quite positive that the jury could hear him, which is what led to the admonishment from Judge Kaplan last week, Mika.
Just really quick, where does this go after today? How much longer do you expect this to play out until, I guess, they decide on what the damages are?
I think it really depends on who testifies. So there's one thing that I know for sure is going to happen today, and that is E. Jean Carroll's side is going to call Robbie Myers. She's E. Jean's former boss at Elle magazine. She was the editor-in-chief. She's going to testify to the damages to her reputation. After Robbie Myers gets off the stand, I expect that E. Jean Carroll's lawyers will further confront President Trump with some of his prior statements. Usually you have to have a witness in the chair to introduce evidence. One exception to that is when they are what's called party admissions. And you know, Mika, as well as I do, the former president's given a series of depositions in which he said things that might be relevant to this case, even though those depositions were far afield from whether he defamed or sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll. One key example, the New York Attorney General's case where he was deposed. We saw the video last Friday when it was released. He says a number of things in there about his net worth, his brand value, how much cash he has on hand, all of which could be highly relevant here to a jury considering punitive damages. So again, after that, depending on whether Donald Trump takes a stand, I think we should be done tomorrow or Wednesday, but lots can happen between then and now, Mika, as you know.
All right. Former litigator and MSNBC legal analyst Lisa Rubin, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll be following. Coming up today marks 51 years since the landmark Roe versus Wade decision by the Supreme Court that gave women the right to abortion health care until it was overturned in 2022. With the procedure now severely restricted or banned in nearly 1/3 of the United States, our next guests have a new strategy to safeguard reproductive freedom and abortion health. That conversation is straight ahead on Morning Joe.
Hey, I'm Brian Gary, and today we're talking about the biggest misconception there is about replacement windows. I'm here with Ted Coons, the project manager for Renewal by Andersen, to talk about it.
Yeah, one of the big things we
door and entry door with 0 money down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. Celebrate the new year with new windows and doors. Our New Year's sales event ends January 31st. For a free appointment, call 1-800-460-7700.
There comes a time when you realize the kitchen you used to love is ready for a refresh. Let a Cabinets to Go design expert help you craft the look you want with quality products in today's designer styles and colors, backed by a transferable lifetime warranty. Out with the old, in with the new. It's that easy. From design to install, we do it all. Plus, get 0% APR for a limited time. Visit cabinetstogo.com to schedule your free design consultation today. Cabinets to Go. Wow for less.
Get your hands up, let's go! Six is the winner of 23 awards and the most royal party on Broadway. It's an exhilarating pop rock avalanche and a total blast. A high-energy history remix 500 years in the making that speaks vibrantly to today. Six the Musical is Broadway's euphoric celebration. For tickets, visit 6onbroadway.com.
Joining a gym fashionably late this year? You're right on time. At Planet Fitness, we got you. Because now through January 31st, you can still join for just 24 cents down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. And to make it even better, we have free fitness training, equipment for every workout, plus a free in-app crowd meter, and most clubs open 24 hours. Feel good about being fashionably late. It's the last chance to join Planet Fitness for just 24 cents down, $14.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends January 31st.
Life with AFib can mean a lifetime of blood thinners. And if you're troubled by falls and bleeds,